Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NASCAR Panosonic Road Course Cup Series here today from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We are not running the average old rectangle that the Indy cars take here for the Indy 500 every May on Memorial Day weekend. No, we're here with the NASCAR Cup cars to take on the F1 circuit, the road course in the infield of Indianapolis. This track is 2.606 miles long, and we're going to take a grueling 25 laps around this track to see who would be the winner. Now, this is the first race we've had that's not a 30-lap race where points count as 2.5 points. Instead, points this week per lap led will count 2 points. Well, no, wait. My mistake, 3 points. So every point will be 3 points. So that will be the points bonus today. So these laps mean even more than what they did last week to lead them. And then with that, let us go through the starting lineup presented by... Who's our sponsor again? Presented by Subway. Our Subway starting lineup here, as I can get to a freaking camera angle. Holy monkeys. Here we go. Let's start off here. On the pole today is the number 44 of Derek Hamill. The 44 was the fastest qualifier, making it in barely from his first round to the second round, about 5 points, thankfully, because 5 drivers wrecked out and had to go to backup cars in qualifying in the first round. So he was to be able to get in, moving up through past those guys who were wrecked out. So that's how he got into the next round. Starting next to him is the number 24 of Nick Campbell. Nick Campbell, who before he got qualified in the second place position, it was actually a 1-2 front row for RPM, Richard Petty Motorsports. But the last second, he didn't get the pole, but he broke it up and sent the 43 of third place runner Zachary Fitzwater Sr. back into the third place position. Fitzwater, he's hoping to get himself even another better run. He finished 5th last week. He's hoping to maybe improve himself and get a win here today. Experienced Aussie. And here we have Sebastian Coles on the outside of him. He is our second Chevy in the field. We have the Chevys on the outside line for the first 2 rows and Fords on the inside. These drivers, so Coles had, I believe, an alright run last week. He's hoping to maybe try and close the deal off today by getting himself his first career victory in the third race of the NASCAR Panosonic Road Course Cup Series season. Starting in 5th place is the number 48 Roger Ray. This is the first time he's actually qualified decent this year, and he's hoping that can help him gain some momentum to possibly start winning some races. Next to him is Matt Otten. I think it's how you pronounce Matt Otten. I misspelled that. I want to personally acknowledge that right now. I'm sorry about that, and that will be fixed after this race. I will change that in there, and we'll get everything fixed out there. Otten. O-T-T-E-N. If I mispronounce that wrong, please let me know. I mispronounce a lot of things wrong in this series because I'm terrible. In 7th place is... Come on, get to Newman. There you go. Is Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman's at 2 top 10 finishes in a row and qualifies yet again in the top 10. He's your current points leader over the 23 Connor Hurley, who was involved in a wreck in qualifying. So it's going to be interesting to see how his points lead could grow and or shrink as 24 drivers come to this weekend with a chance to take the points lead. On the outside of him is Jason Locker. Locker, he's had a weird year this year. He's had some bad things happen to him, some good things happen to him, and he's meh in the points right now. He's hoping to have a good race here today. Number 28 in OMBR, he has the first good qualifying run of the year. He's starting 9th. He's hoping he can get a better run, possibly be able to move up and get himself a win. And rounding out, we're running a little bit behind schedule, but that doesn't matter because it takes another 1 minute and 40 seconds to run the pace around the track here to go green. And starting out 10th is number 32, Chris Asbury. Again, another driver who has been qualifying bad as of late, but he turns a pretty good lap, and he's going to be in the top 10. Starting in 11th is last week's winner, Jay McMurray, alongside his teammate Chuck Wilson. Carter Freeze and Logan Smith in the next row. Brad Kozlowski, Landon Dodson, Brady Furl, Steve Larker, Wayne Carson, Gatlin Downey, Clint Boyer has his first bad qualifying run of the year, far back. John Morris. Daniel Knutson, I keep pronouncing David's Daniel. 38 of Terry Lee. Chase Dunbar. Regan Smith. Rico Furl. And Connor Hurley, your second place points runner, trying to close in from coming from the back after being wrecked. All these drivers from Eric Benson, Connor Hurley, Rico Furl, Chase Dunbar, Regan Smith. All those drivers were involved in an incident at the end of the end of qualifying. That doesn't matter though, because we're going to get ready to watch the race. 25 laps. These drivers could make it around 12 to 14 laps on fuel. No, 10 to 12 laps on fuel. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can, how far they can make it on gas here today. As the drivers come off of the final corner to take the green flag here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Crowd on their feet to watch 29 cars duel it out for 25 laps. As green flags in the air. We're green from Indianapolis. Hamilton moves up to the outside line. Already gets an amazing run, but here comes Fitzwater on the inside. His teammate looking to make a pass for the lead here. Fitzwater gets a great run on the outside line, trying to get that second place position. Couldn't be at RPM's first second. As you see the 48 teammate of the 24 right there behind the 43. Drivers side by side off this corner for second as the 44 pulls away to an early race advantage. Oh, Campbell tries to cut off the 43, and he will right there. Fitzwater falls back to third as he cuts off the 48 of Roger Ray as Ray gets around the 14 of Coles, and already they see the 31 moved up from 7th, trying to get into the top 5 here. Can he get in there? As you see now, side by side, it's your first side by side battle in the field. Look at Larker now trying to make a move on Newman, but Newman gets a explosive run off that corner, and Newman's might even dive it into the corner on the 48. He might even make it 3 wide, because here comes Coles on the outside of the 48. Coles trying to make a run, but never mind. Newman comes in there to challenge him, but now Coles has the 48 array all to himself. As he's going to try and complete the pass back for 4th from where he started. He fell back, but now he's back to where he started, all in one lap. As he almost slams the door on the 48, but the 48 gets a run back on the outside of him. Side by side down the wide open part of the track. A hard right turn here, opposite of what they do on the oval circuit. And they're going to be side by side for 4th to complete lap 1. See the field here, 29 cars all coming around this track. We run our first complete green lap. Good racing here as they get single file to come back down to the first corner. Ooh, look at the 16 trying to get on the 31 here. Ooh, 60 might even get the bump to 31. Oh, man, and the 28 goes off in the dirt, losing position fast. He started 9th, and he's falling like a rock, of course. And the 42 already up inside the top 10. He started 12th, and he's already looking to make moves. That car always fast every week. He's looking to... I believe he's currently 3rd in points coming into this race, and he's looking to maybe make himself have a better points day today. Esberg really hasn't moved from where he started, and Newman's only gained about 1 position from where he started. As Ray has gotten back around the 14. I thought the 14 had passed him, and we have a battle for the lead here. The 24 is on the bumper, the 44, and the 24 is looking, but here comes Fitzwater as well. This is becoming a near 3-way battle for the lead here. Drivers, they come off that corner. Remember, every lap you lead here is 3 bonus points. That's the 3 points. That could change the championship up tremendously. We don't know how close this championship could be. These drivers continue to come around the track here. Remember, at the end of the season, we have double points, and there will also be extra points races to the side to give more points in the final race of the season. As we come down to complete lap 2, again, Derek Hamill leads that lap. The 24 of Nick Campbell in 2nd, right behind him. In 3rd, a little ways back, is number 43 Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 4th is the 48 of Roger Ray. Battling for 5th is Coles and Newman. Newman, known to be a very hard driver to pass, but he could be a very hard driver to be battling for a position. As you see, Matt Otten coming around here. Matt Otten, Odin, I don't know. As see Larker diving in there. Larker sticks his nose right in there. Jason Larker battling side by side. Let's take a look at where our second place points runner is right now as these guys battle really quickly. Oh, never mind. We'll take a look at this battle here before we do that. We'll watch this battle. See how it gets sorted out here. As Asbury and the 16 of Otten side by side back into this corner. Asbury gets the corner on Otten's quarter panel, and they're going to be equal through this corner. Now the 16 will have the advantage through this corner. And now the 32 will have the advantage in the next corner. But never mind, the 32 gets such an explosive runoff. He slams the door in front of Otten. Move the 32 up 1, 16 down 1. Let's take a look at where our current second place points runner is, up to 28th. Not gaining very much position in the beginning of this race. We'll go back to Larker where he is. He's trying to get back around. He's now... Oh, I guess... He's trying to get around the 16 now. As the 32 had once before. As you see, the battle for third heating up a little bit. The battle for lead has gotten a little bit colder. The battle for third is not. As Fitzwater being challenged right now for that third place position. And you see behind him, there's another battle. Battles all over the track right now. As you see Fitzwater, just an Australian, running his line, doing the best he can. I believe he's the only driver in the field that's not a Native American. I said that. I meant that in not born in America is what I'm meaning there. Not the race of Native American. Oh my God. Oh God, I'm an idiot. He's not Native American. He's Australian. I'm an idiot. Fitzwater pulls away from the 48. As the top four space out a little bit. As Newman gets up to 5th now, and he's going to be looking for 4th. Our points leader, he's looking for more position here. As Friesen's moved up to 11th. McMurray is still in 12th. Smith is in 14th or 13th, I believe. Kozlowski's in 14th. Carson's moved his way up to 15th. Boyer was near the back. He's up to 16th, I believe, now. Dotson is in 17th. Knutson is in 18th, I believe. Another Larker, Steve Larker, is in 19th. Running out your top 20 is Gatlin Downey in 20th place. Brady Furl back there, as we're going to be... Oh, the 28's down pit lane. The 28 is down pit lane. And could this be strategy? 10 to 12 laps. Maybe he's short pitting here, so he only has to pit one more time. Ooh, that could be a strategy. If this race runs green, that's what he could do to gain position. While these guys have to pit at lap 10 and at lap 20, he'll pit at lap 5 and lap 15, and he won't have to come in again. As these guys come around now. 24, 44. Oh, man. Close battle for the lead here. 24 just can't seem to get close enough to that 44 car. You see 5th, 6th, 7th. Oh, man. Battle. This is a good battle right here. Look at this battle for position here. Between the 16, this battle for 8th, and the 19. Otten, Larker. Larker going to try and complete the pass here for that 8th place position. And, oh, the 16's going to get a run back on the outside line. 16 gets a good run, and now the 42 and the 18 are looking hesitantly going, yeah, keep battling. We'll take advantage of this here in just a second. But now those two look like they're about ready to get into war with one another as well. This is looking like a parody of World War I. Everyone's going after one another, but no one really wants to unite. Well, that's actually not a parody of World War I. That's just an all-out brawl at a local tavern. As the 42 runs off in the dirt, and the 18 looks to complete the pass. 19 completes the pass in the 16. Move the 19 up the 8th, and the 16 down the 9th. Battle just for the brink of the top 10 right here as 18 completes that pass, and they moved 18 back into the top 10, and the 42 back out. As battle here for third, still pretty hot, hesitant, and going tough. 48 and the 43 are brawling out here. With that in mind, we're going to take a short commercial break from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Stay tuned. We're going to have more racing in the NASCAR Panosonic Road Course Cup Series. 44-year leader. We'll be right back.
Ever dreamed of driving a real Cup car? Well, now you can. This is the fan controller.
What the? Tony, what are you doing? It's possessed.
That was completely inappropriate.
I'm out of here.
Run, Sandy, run for your life!
What was that all about?
That's nice. Hello there.
Hello, welcome back to the NASCAR Panosonic Road Course Cup Series here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The 44 has retained the lead throughout your commercial break, and the 24, oh god dang it, the 24, as you look here at the last place driver, 28, who pitted, he's trying to run a short pit strategy where he pits last at 15, and hopefully he can win the race on that strategy. But where is the 44? The 44 is right here. 44, Derek Hamill's led every lap. 24 is in second. Third place, 43. Nothing's changed except the 31 has moved up. And where is the 48 of Roger Ray? Caution's out. Maybe that's the reason why. Caution is out on the speedway, and we have our first caution of the day, and we don't not know where the 48 is. Let's take a look at... Oh. I can't see if he has damage or not. Doesn't appear to it. Maybe he stalled on the track or had some sort of issue. But either way, we have a caution on the track, and I don't believe it's for any really wrecked race cars. And we're going to take a look back and see what happened here, as we are under our first caution today from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and this could throw a whole entire wrench into people's pit strategies. Let's see who pits and who doesn't. But let's first of all take a look back and see what officially caused our first caution of the day from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is a really long pit lane. You see right there. Okay. And where is it? And right there. Okay. Where are you tonight? Okay, right here. 48 looks to have some sort of... Oh! Did he blow? Oh, no. Oh, torrid luck strikes the 48 of Roger Ray. Coming off the corner, just shifts up, and the transmission blows. I think... Oh, the 31 hit him! 31 got into him a little bit there. I think didn't expect him to blow a gear, and maybe possibly... Oh, God. Ass. Excuse my language, but I just flubbed up pretty big there. Never mind, we're back to where we started. But I think, let's take a look. We'll ride on board with him, and we'll listen to the engine and see if he possibly maybe misses a shift, which is the first time we've seen someone miss a shift this year. Let's listen here. Oh. He shifted up the second gear, and it just blew it up. Maybe didn't. Maybe he overclocked the engine, over-revved the engine. Just he tried. He got off the track. That was the important part. He got off the track. Very, very courteous of him, and that's definitely not good luck for the 48. Had a good qualifying run. Too bad. A bad transmission ruins that for him today. As the 44 of Derek Hamill leads him around here, we're gonna have to see who is going to be coming down pit road and who isn't. We'll let these drivers zing around here and back around the track. It's a long super speedway. It's long road course, I should say. But this is not nearly going to be the longest track. You can see the 44, 24th, 43 all coming down. The 31 staying out. 14, 32, 19, 18, 42, 1, 83, 2, 15, 4, 95, 22, 98, 30, 34, 7, 41, 38, 47, 23. And maybe the 28 staying out, obviously, I'm pretty sure, unless he's doing something crazy. These drivers are all going to come down. These guys are maybe on the brink. I think the guys pitting right now are on the brink of making it on one more stop. And I think these guys who are staying out are going to make sure they are going to make it on one more stop. They are relying on, as you see, the 43 wins the race off pit lane. 14 in second, 32 in third, 18 in fourth, 19 in fifth. And I'll take a look here. Yeah, look at this. Wow, where did the 44 come off a pit lane? Oh my lordy, he lost a ton of spots. He's going to fall from, he's going to be at least, well, the thing was, if he came out first, he was going to be at least fifth. Because 4 drivers stayed out. The 31, the 16, the 20, and the 11. So as you see right here, a Ford, 2 Toyotas, and a Chevy all stayed out. So we're representing all 3 makes here. And everyone else is going to be on the same strategy. Wait, 28? 28 didn't pit? Wait, did the 28 pit? Hold on. The 28 pitted. Yes, he did. Why? Oh my god. This strategy is... His strategy is to pit every single second. These guys are going to be on worn tires. Not only will they be on worn tires, but they are also going to try and make it on gas as far as they can before they have to pit. Now, when will these 4 drivers pit? They want to pit at least in a spot where they only have to make it one. They only have to make one more stop afterwards. Where the other guys are on the brink of making it one more stop. Maybe you have to pit 2 more times. Oh my God, the 31's pitting. What in? Oh, and the 20's pitting. So they stayed out 1 extra lap. And now the 16 and the, oh no. The 16 and the 11 are going to be the drivers that are going to be leading the field. Now the 16 is running this weird line now. And where is the, oh God. 44, your pole sitter and leader of the beginning of this race, all the way back there. And here we go, back to green flag racing. 16 and 11, only 2 drivers that stayed out. As I don't understand the 31, those guys' strategy. Maybe they're thinking they can make it on 1 more stop now from here. And these guys have to make at least a couple more laps. We're back green flag racing. We'll find out in 16 more laps. 16 gets a huge jump as it looks like the 11 just didn't go, and the 42 and 83 are diving for it down into the first corner. Bumping and banging down through the corner. Here comes a 43 on the inside. 11 runs off into the dirt. 43 tries to get that second place position on those fresh tires, and everybody looking right behind him there. Double file throughout the beginning of this pack. And these drivers are hungry as the 43 tries to make a pass here, and the 43 completes it. And here comes the 32, Chris Asbury. The 32 has moved into the picture all of a sudden. And we still have an RPM car near the front, but it's not who you thought it was who started on the pole. It's Fitzwater, not Hamill. As drivers side by side, see Hamill all the way back there. He's restarted in the, oh man, what position was it? In 11th place position, man. Terrible pit cycle for him. Maybe he took 4 tires or something. Everyone else took 2 or something. Either way, 43 trying to gain back here as you see the 14 of Sebastian Coles on the inside of the, now outside of the 32. 42 has moved up into near the top 5 now. He's come up through the field pretty well. It's Fitzwater. Oh, Otten leading this race at the moment. It's going to be interesting to see when he pits. He might be this time, might be next time. No, he still stays out. He's going to make sure he's going to be good on gas, I guess. And he's getting some good points right now. He's going to have at least 6 bonus points if he leads this lap. But, oh my God, the 43's coming. Holy smokes. Look at that run the 43's got. Fitzwater is on a roll right now. And we'll take a look here at your standings. Yep, the 48 is out. And look at the 43 on the bumper of that 16 car. It's going to be a matter of time before the 43 gets around that 16. The 16 just on those older tires. And maybe even conserving gas right now. We don't know. But right now, the 43 of Fitzwater. Stalking. Watching his prey. Learning his weak points. And he's learning something right now. Look right there. But no, 16 closes the door on him at the moment. Impressive that the 16's holding him off on these old, worn-out tires. Currently running times 3 to 4 seconds slower than his fastest time. 11 stayed out as well. When are these guys going to pit is the question. As Fitzwater rolls it right in there. Gets close to the back bumper. Rolls it in even closer in this corner. Fitzwater's stalking. He will be the leader once these guys do pit. But the thing is, he wants to be the leader before they pit. He wants to be the leader all the time. And he may try it right here as he rolls these corners so much better with these fresher tires. As they come around here on lap 10. 43 looks high for a second. Oh, and the 16's coming down pit lane. Well, 11, yes. 16-11 on the same strategy as the 43 is your new leader coming off this track, coming around the corner now. They ran 11 laps on gas, which means they would need to run. That means they will definitely be able to make it on just one more stop. 14 will make it in the second. 32 in third. 42 in fourth. 18 in fifth. 83 in sixth. 2 in seventh. 19 in eighth. Hamill up to ninth. Rounding our top 10 is the 24. Both those guys had a bad pit stop, I guess. Your first, second driver's all the way back here. And Boyer, who started in the back, he's almost in the top 10. Look at where he's come from. Let's take a look at where our points leader is. Newman back in 24th. He has not made very much position back up. And let's take a look where Hurl 23 is in 22nd, man. This is going to be a bad day for our top 2 in points. As these guys are all just packed together, battling out. Asbury in third. Coles in second. As Fitzwater leads this race. The 5 of Friesen, well, the 18 of Friesen up to 5th. Smith, Smith looking under him, though. And Keselowski possibly trying to get the advantage of him on him here as well. Oh, man, side by side, these drivers come through the final little straightaway before we got on this hard corner and we come back up onto the actual circuit here at Indianapolis. 483 slams the door. He moves up to 5th, 18 back to 6th. Keselowski in 7th, watching the battle for 5th. And Larker really didn't change any position there on that pit stop. He's just there still. As Fitzwater leads Coles. And the 2 under now, the 18 now. He wants to get around the 18 here as they come back down to this corner. Track position means everything in this series. And and look at that. The 2 completes that pass handily. And now it's gonna be interesting to see if the 44 can get back up into the front of the field now. He led early, but his teammate now leads. I tell you, RPM is just dominating this race. I mean, they have had a car at the front for about the whole entire race so far. We're only 12 laps in, though. We're going to be halfway next time by, and you see a battle for second here. 32 is just, he's gotten fast all of a sudden. He's up in third place, and he's looking for second right here. He's had a couple bad weeks, but he's looking to get himself a little bit better. As we come around this corner, 32 looking on the 14 of Coles. Smith looking on the outside for fourth here on the 42. Can the 83 get out there? And the 83 who got a pass for fifth, he's going to get a pass for fourth here if he can shut the door. I believe he will right here. Yes. 83 now up to fourth. As Fitzwater still leads. The top three is kind of spaced out now. Top 10 almost kind of spaced out a little bit. Gatlin Downey in 12th right now. Jay McMurray's just been running in that same position this whole entire race. Carson up to 15th. Daniel Knutson in 16th. Rico Furl in 17th. Regan Smith in 18th. 19th, Brady Furl. 20th is Terry Lee. 21st is Chase Dunbar. 22nd, Connor Hurley. He's kind of gotten up closer. Eric Benson, 23rd. 24th, Ryan Newman. 25th is Steve Larker. 26th is Matt Owen. He's all the way back there because of pit stops. 27th, John Morris. 28th is a 28. I don't know what's happened with him. Something weird. As he's fallen way far behind. 48 seconds. Maybe he pitted again. I don't know what the heck's going on with that 48, that 28. As these drivers, ooh, the two right there on the 42's bumper. Oh, 42 closes the door on the two. That sixth place position. And look who's gotten up into the battle for third now. It's the 83 Logan Smith. This kid is just, I don't know if he's a regular kid, but this guy is on a tear at the moment. He's moved up from deep in the field upwards. He had a good run last week, I'm pretty sure. I can't actually remember where he finished last week. But he had a terrible race at Watkins Glen where he got wrecked under caution conditions. These drivers right now coming around here. Fitzwater to complete lap number 14, leading yet another lap. And with that, we are going to take a short commercial break. This will be our last commercial break before we take you the rest of the way with no commercials. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
NASCAR Passing by Team Monte Carlo.
Come on, man, go, go, go. You're never going to get by anybody from this far behind. Let's go. The big hell on the right. Let's go, go, go. Blah, blah, blah. What'd you say? I guess my 7 NASCAR championships are clogging up my ears, huh? Now here, there's 2 ways to do this. Okay. There's my way and the wrong way.
Want to be like the Earnhardts?
Drive the all-new Chevy Monte Carlo. The cars more champions depend on. Chevy, we'll be there.
Sunday is race day. That's why the Domino's 555 deal is perfect. 3 medium pizzas, just $5 each.
I've got 3 pizzas here for Mr. NASCAR.
That's mine.
You're right. Mine would be for the king of NASCAR.
Really? Mine would be for the emperor of NASCAR.
Mine would be for the czar of NASCAR.
The grand poobah of NASCAR.
Generalissimo of NASCAR.
El Presidente de NASCAR.
King Daddy.
This race day, get your 555 deal from Domino's. Buy 3 or more medium one-topping pizzas, and they're all just $5 each. Get the door. It's race day from Domino's.
This Nextel walkie-talkie phone is magic. I lost my helmet the other day. Push this button, my helmet appeared. Magic.
New spark plugs are in.
See? It's magic.
That's not magic. This is magic.
No, that's sleight of hand. Get me a bunny. That's magic.
Nextel helps NASCAR fans get things done with the Motorola Blend. 1 powerful phone, 2 powerful networks. Nextel.
Welcome back to Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Panosonic Road Course Cup Series. Fitzwater has a demanding lead over the field, nearly 3 seconds. It is 3 seconds actually now with 10 laps to go. Though the real question is pit stops, pit strategy, and what's going to happen here. As these drivers we're predicting they're going to have to pit again at around lap 20. Around lap 20 is when they're going to have to pit. In the next 3 to 5 laps, 3 to 6 laps, I would say. These guys are going to have to pit again. These guys can only run 10 to 12 laps on gas. So it's going to be interesting to see what will happen. The number 83 of Logan Smith, we saw in commercial break trying to make passes, but fell back a little bit when the 42 now fell back to 6, nearly made it 3 wide. You barely saw that. As now he's making a pass for. Never mind, he moved. Now the 32 is making a pass for that second place position on the 14. Now the A3's looking, maybe this is my chance to capitalize here, either on one of these two drivers. And he can't really capitalize right there as a 32 falls back from the 14, and this is becoming a tighter and tighter battle. And the 43 is loving every second of this. He is just putting a spanking up on the field right now. Oh, the 14's coming down pit lane. There you go. Our first pit stops. Who else is going to pit? 44, 24. Oh, front runners coming in, or at least used to be front runners there. Oh, his drivers still would come around here. And we're not expecting any of these guys to pit. So now you see the people coming down pit lane. It will be a matter of time. Those guys pit on just the edge of their fuel limits. They ran 9 laps, well, 8 laps earlier, and they are pitting now with 9 laps to go, and they can make it probably around 10 to 12 laps. So they're pitting right when their fuel window opens to make it the rest of the way. However, everyone else is going to run a little bit further. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. They're going to run further, maybe see if they can pit a less amount of time, only taking 2 tires and a smaller amount of gas, possibly. That's what I'm thinking here. As these guys are going to pit with at least 8 to go. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. As the 83 is in third now. 43 still dominating this race. Has over a 4.5 second lead over anybody near him. And you know, this 43, Fitzwater took over the car last week, getting a top 5 in that green-white checker restart we saw. And now this week, dominating, just dominating the field after taking it over from under yellow flag pit stops and having such a good pit stop. These drivers come around. We'll actually see who's going to pit here. Who will pit? Fitzwater's pitting. 32 is pitting. 83, 2, 42, 18, 17, no, 19, 98, 15, 1, every 95, 34, 4, 22. There's not a driver on this track that is, no, 31 staying. Oh, that's because he pitted early. So was the 20. That's because he pitted early. Everybody who hasn't pitted, who wasn't on sequence with these guys, is pitting. And that means your new leader will be Newman. Hello, Newman. Let's get on pit lane camera here. Who will win the race off pit lane? Now that Newman's the leader, who will win the race here? It's all Fitzwater. It's all Fitzwater. Fitzwater wins the race off, and these guys are having a slow pit exit here. As problems, it looks like, jamming up on pit lane here. Yeah, all these guys are having a slow pit stop here. As Newman paces around this track. It's because those guys are in the thick of it. I think the 43 is going to have a huge lead here. Maybe Newman, and then there's Steve Larker back there. Newman adding on to his points bonus here to lead. It had a dominate. He has the most laps led so far this season because he dominated. I mean, absolutely dominated the field at what is it? Watkins Glen. First, second, third, fourth is Fitzwater, and Coles is right there. That's how close pit strategy was. Coles, who pitted a lap earlier, that's how close it is. That could be the battle for the win right now. Those are the first 2 drivers who are good on gas. And what will Newman do? He stays out again. Newman's going to come around with 7 to go. Larker is going to stay out. Oh, Otten going to stay out here. Morris in 7th. Coles and Fitzwater paddling right now as they come to 7 to go. Are they gaining on the leader? Let's take a look here. This isn't going to be a really good example this time because how far away are they from the leader? 20 seconds back. That's 20 seconds. I don't know. Newman flying around this track. How far will Newman go on gas? He pitted only a lap later than everybody else. I wonder if he's going to try and push as far as he can. Maybe he laid back and conserved gas. I don't know. I don't think he conserved that much gas, though. Let's go back to our battle for the possible win here. Another thing is that 16, we don't know how far he's going to make it on gas here. He pitted 2 laps after these guys pitted, so let's see how far he's going to make it. I say at least maybe about 3 or 4 to go. I may, never know how much gas he possibly could have conserved. I mean, if he pits now, it's going to be what these guys are up for is a caution. If they get a caution, they'll be the leaders, because then they'll pit. Well, then again, I don't know, because these guys may stay out, and they'll people stay out. But we don't know. As Newman stays out again, another lap by Newman out. 6 to go. These guys trying to make it on gas. Oh, we have a caution. What they needed. Oh no. 83 involved in something. Logan Smith, who was so fast. Caution on the track. Oh, 6 laps to go, and Newman is going to pace the field. Oh my gosh. Calamity here from Indianapolis. We're going to have to find out what this caution is and see how the pit stops go. Oh my gosh, this is going to be interesting. Let's take a look at what happened to the 83 first of all. I bet from what it looks, he doesn't have any damage. He probably blew a transmission. Yep. Oh, down the front stretch, too. He shifted up from... Oh, what the heck? Got up in the 4th. He got the thing going. Right on board with him. Watch his revs here. Oh. Just blew up on him. Car stalled. I think the car stalled on the track. Yeah, he got off the track here. Just trying to stay away from everybody. Yeah. Smart by him just to keep away from everybody. He's trying to get out of the groove here. Oh, he just stopped in the groove. Oh man. So that's what brung out our caution. Another blown transmission, another hopes and dreams of winning here lost. Newman circles around this track, catching up to the pace car. And this pace car is pretty zinging around here as these guys are trying to still catch up. The questions, though, is who's going to pit. I can't see the 31 not pitting or the 20. And the 16 may be pitting as well, though. The 16 has 2 more laps to good on gas than the people in front of them. Could we possibly see the 16 stay out and try and run it the rest of the way? No, he's coming in, it looks like. Oh, no way, isn't he? Is he? Oh my god, the 16's staying out. He's going to try and make it on gas. Holy crap. Oh man, as the leaders pit, the 16 of Mountain is going to try and make it on gas. The 11's not even going to try it. The 11, who is on the same strategy, is going to not even do it. Fuel gambling. Could the 16 have saved enough gas to run maybe 2 to 3 more laps more than he needed? I don't think he can. He's got to really hope so. And oh my god, 43. 43 is up to second now. Person who's been dominant. 14's up to third. 44 is up to up to fourth. 44 has moved back up pretty handily. There's all these drivers coming around here. See, those drivers are going to have to be in the back of the pack here. Newman. Oh man, this is going to be interesting. What is going to happen here? So we skip ahead here. Matt Auten trying to conserve every bit of gas he can. He is probably pushing that clutch in, just saving. He's going to need to go 4 more laps. I think he went 11 laps earlier. So he would need to go 3 more laps more than what he did earlier with 2 caution laps. So wait, no, he already had 2 caution laps on there earlier. So he needs to make it 3 more laps further. It's going to be interesting to see if he can. He might, we don't know. If he runs out, you never know if he could stutter and stall on this restart and cause a huge wreck. We don't know. Either way, and also, that 43 is lightning fast. Like, that thing is on point. And the 14, don't think he's not going to jump on it either. 43 isn't going to make it. The 44, he was our pole sitter. Our front row sitter on the outside of him is right there as well. Either way, this top 5 is going to be all over each other in the final 4 laps. It's going to be intense. It's going to be high drama. And it's going to be interesting. I just see 2 Fords lead them down here. Oh no, the 16's falling him down pit lane. He cannot make it on gas. Oh no. The 16 doesn't, he led a lap, but he's calling it. He says he can't do it anymore. It's stuttering, it's almost out, and he's coming down the pit lane. He couldn't make it on gas. Therefore, the drivers who we know are going to be good, or at least we hope are going to be good, they're going to get ready to run 4 more laps. Here from Indianapolis. What's going to happen? Let's find out. It's like Flagman holds that green flag for just 4 more laps. If we have another caution, we could go green, white checkers. Here goes the green flags. We're back out for 4 laps of drama. Oh, the 34 stalled on the track. Could that lead to a caution? That could lead to a caution, the 34 being stalled on the track. Oh, are we caution yet? I don't think we are. No, we're not. We're green. As, oh, the 44's moved up to 3rd. Oh, these drivers are going to be, oh my God, the top 3 are on top of each other. The 14 is in a sandwich between RPM cars. And here comes the 44 making a move for 2nd on Sebastian Coles. Oh my gosh, RPM been dominant here today, but now the 14 pulls out now, and he wants to try and get up to that 43. He goes, "You guys may have been dominant today, but I want to be the guy who takes the trophy home." Oh, Coles looking. Oh my God, Coles closes up on the rear bumper of the 43. Possible looking, and oh my God, all 3 of these guys tight, tighter. Oh, look. One of them's going to look possibly down to this corner. No, they're going to get even closer. Could a bump and run be in the possibility here from Indianapolis Motor Speedway? 3 to go at the line this time by. Fitzwater pulls away by a little bit as in the high-speed part of the track. But don't forget about the 14 of Coles. Coles running them down the straightaway, getting in the draft. 3 laps ago, we have a caution on the track. Caution on the speedway. And we're going to have a green, white, checkered. Oh, my lordy. Unless we have a 1-lap shootout. We could have a 1-lap shootout as well. Oh, my gosh. Back-to-back green, white, checkers possibly. As we have to take a look back and see what caused this caution. I see some swerve marks down in the corner there. I don't think those were there earlier. Oh my gosh, just this has been an interesting race, and we could go to another green white checker possibility. Oh, okay, so there's the caution. Oh, the 11 gets spun. There's our first contact of the race. Oh, teammates get, oh, looks like Downey dumps him. 3 wide. Oh, our points leader gets involved there, and the 20 cuts down. Honestly, didn't know the 98 was there probably. 98 had nowhere to go. My mistake. That had nothing to do with the 98. And the 20 cutting down on the 98 spun his teammate out. And, oh, 4 rear ends him. 4 gets in. 4 is having another bad race. Gets in another bad incident here. As these drivers, oh, man. So we may have a green, white, checkered. Again, they pace around. We'll know in just a minute. First of all, we're going to find out if these guys pit or not. If they pit, it's going to be interesting. I don't see why they would pit. But, nope. Nope, not first, not second, not third, not fourth, not fifth, nor sixth, nor seventh, nor eighth, nor ninth, nor 10th. Wow, Boyer's up to 10th. Good job for him. Nor 11th will pit, nor 12th will pit, nor 13th, or 14th, or 15th, or 16th, or 17th, or 18th. Nobody's even thinking about coming down the pit lane, except the 34 who had problems on that restart. And now with we'll come around to 2 laps to go. The pace car turns his lights off. I saw usually down in the entrance of turn uno. So if he doesn't turn his lights off coming down to that corner, we will not have a green white checkered. Well, we will have a green white checkered. You will not have a 1-lap shootout. As we come down the track here, will lights go off or will they stay on? And they will. They're staying on. They're still on. I'm not seeing any hesitation in that lights to be turned off. I think we're going to have a 2-lap shootout here. A 2-lap shootout. Green, white, checkers, back-to-back weeks. Oh my. Oh my gosh. 3 cautions we saw today, 1 near the end of this race, and we're going to overtime once again. And the thing is that Fitzwater is, the main thing is he's like, I don't mind this if I win it still, because I'll get 6 extra bonus points and what I probably would have got, because if he leads the next 2 laps. Because remember, the laps still count, so big bonus points for laps led here. As Fitzwater leads him around, so we will so with no caution, so with them not going back to green, we are going to have a green white checkered restart here. The 43 will be your leader, 14 will be alongside of him, and the 44 will be right behind him. It will be the 43 and the 44 will swap positions as if from the beginning of the race. It's going to be interesting to see who will win from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We'll be right back. We'll be back for the restart. As the anticipation mounts, these cars are repaired. Cloud cover started to come over the track. And we are getting ready to do a 2-lap shootout here. Our first attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Remember, only the checkered flag ends this race. So these guys have to complete 1 green flag lap, and then they race back around to the checkered. If we have a caution before that we take the white flag, we race back to the line, we reset them again, and we have another green-white checker finish here as the pace car is driving away from this field as if Fitzwater was leading it, because he had a dominant car at the beginning of this race, and him and his teammate are lined up on that inside line with the 14 and the 2 on the outside. The 18 has moved up nice up to that 5th place position, and his teammate alongside of him in 6th. 42 is in 7th, 24 is in 8th, and the none of our top 10. Ooh, these guys jam up just a tiny bit. So we're gonna get ready to go green flag. These drivers are hungry in this 2-lap shootout. Who is going to win it? The 43 been dominant all day, but is he going to be dominant in the final 2 laps? McMurray, we saw, who was dominant last week and during that green white checker, he pulled away. But will be the same set about the 43. Let's find out. The 14 wants to change that. He wants to be someone to win in our first attempt at overtime. A green-white checkered finish. Here we go. Green flag back in the air from... Oh, wait. No, never mind. Okay. And... now green flag's back in the air from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As drivers already getting nose to tail as Fitzwater cuts up in front of the 14... Oh, the 24 cuts down the pack back there. Here comes the 44 on the inside. 3, 4 wide. Back in the pack, side by side for the lead. Teammates battling. And Hamill's going to get the lead from his teammate. And now here comes Friesen as they're banging off each other in the back. They're 2, 3, 4 wide. Cars beating and banging. I don't know, they're going to make it back around as they're still side by side for the lead. Teammates are. Fitzwater pulls back on the inside. And now look at Friesen coming into the picture. But here comes Hamill back on the inside of his teammate. Side by side, the two teammates are. And Hamill gets ahead of him right there. Coming back down this long straightaway. Can the 43 get a nose back into the entry? Fitzwater pulls it in hard. But Hamill keeps the nose on the outside. Even still, but here comes, never mind. Still even. The two most dominant cars of the day battling it out for the win, and Hamill looks to have the pass right there. Yes, he does. Hamill completes the pass, but Fitzwater, we remember how fast that car is. Can he chase back down his teammate? As RPM is just annihilating the field here. But do we have a caution? I don't know. We're coming around to see if we either have a caution or a white flag in the air. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. No, we're going to be green. White flag is in the air. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. As the 44 makes a pass in this attempt. And a green light. We have a hard wreck on the front stretch. 31 and 19 involved. We keep it green though. They didn't even lose a position. And here comes Hamill back in on. Here comes Fitzwater back in on his teammate. And don't forget about the cars behind them. Oh man, Fitzwater looking. Fitzwater. He said, you may have took the lead back from me, but there's 2.5 miles left around this track. It's not over till it's over. And indeed it isn't, because here comes Fitzwater back on his teammate. Oh, watch out. Oh, man. Fitzwater nose to tail with his teammate, wanting to get on the inside of him at any chance he can get as cars behind him battle. Hamill, who is on the pole, can he win from the pole, or can Fitzwater get back to the lead? He started on the pole in this first attempt at a green-white checker. Hamill looking to be dominant as of this moment, but we still have a couple turns left. Oh, Fitzwater right there. We're coming up to our final turn before we get back up on the speedway part of this facility. And it's looking more and more like Derek Hamill. Derek Hamill coming around the final couple turns, but can Fitzwater get a run on him here? We'll have to find out. Coming back to the line. It's been a good day for both these drivers, and Richard Petty's got a smile on his face as coming off the final turn, RPM gets a 1-2 finish from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Derek Hamill wins his first career race. And Zachary Fitzwater Sr. gets passed with 2 laps to go in an overtime restart. He is the biggest fan of no overtimes anymore. He wants it to just end when the caution. He wants it to end when it ends. Too bad. That's not how the rules work in the series. However, a second place finish isn't bad. And RPM gets a 1-2 finish. And Friesen gets 3rd again. That's a second, 3rd place finish this year. And just dominance. I mean, what can you say about RPM? They had this track down. I mean, Hamill led the outset of this race. I mean during some interesting pit stop strategy and stuff like that. Fitzwater went up to 2nd, and Fitzwater dominated the middle to end part of this race. And then these two just pulled away from the field, battling nonetheless. It's amazing side-by-side battle for the finish of this race. And it ends up being a 1-2 finish for RPM. Just what a great finish for these two. RPM getting their first win of the season. And these two drivers obviously know what they're doing as Hamill comes away with the victory. Hamill wins. Fitzwater in 2nd. Carter Friesen in 3rd. Nick Campbell in 4th. Sebastian Coles is in 5th. 6th is Chuck Wilson. 7th is Brad Kozlowski. 8th is Jason Larker. 9th is McMurray. Rounding out the top 10 is Ryan Newman, still keeping his top 10 streak alive. That's now 3 top 10s in a row. Will he be the points leader coming out of this race? We'll have to find out, as Knutson is in 11th and Hurley's in 12th. Hurley came back from starting way in the back of the field, and he had a pretty good finish for starting near dead last. And so on and so forth. You see the rest of the lineup here, all these drivers. And just to let you know, 28th place was Logan Smith, and 29th was Roger Ray. Those guys did not start in the green-white checkered attempt because they were DNF'd out of the race. So with that, I hope you people have enjoyed this race from Indianapolis. Next week we will be at Las Vegas Motor Speedway to run the road course there. So I hope you all have enjoyed. And until next time, see you later.